I'm here, the truth is here. Lend me your ear, and I hope you hear. Agents Hour. Agents Hour. Today, we're talking about the recorded kindness.
Welcome back to the Agents Hour. I'm your host, Randy, and I want to thank you for coming by. Today, we're going to talk about recorded kindness. Take a look around. We're living in a world where everything has been turned into a production. We've gone from living our lives to curating them. And the latest casualty in this digital land grab, it's the simple, quiet act of being a human being. I call it recorded kindness. Now, I want to be fair here. There are a few out there, a very rare breed, who actually uses the lens the right way. They find a soul in need, they tell the truth, and they lead a community to help. They build those GoFundMe pages, and they actually move the needle for someone else. That's the cameras used as a bridge, not as a mirror. Those people are the exception to the rule, and they are doing the work. But for every one of those, there's 1,000 directors. You've seen them. They spend 3 minutes setting up a tripod and checking the lighting before they even offer a sandwich. They aren't there to help. They are there to direct. And then comes the big reveal, the stack of bills. It looks like a king's ransom on a grainy screen, a thick roll of cash handed over with a grin. But when the camera cuts and the influencer walks away, you realize it was just 20 singles. A $20 act of charity wrapped in a $1,000 lie. Think about the valuation of that. When you record your good deed and fluff up the pile for the thumbnail, you've already taken your payment in likes and shares. You didn't give anything away. You bought a piece of content. You turned a human being into a prop for your personal brand. Now, you might be asking, what's the fix? How do we stop the cameras from eating our character? The truth is, there isn't a system for this. You can't download a patch for a hollow heart, but there is a personal valuation you can make. The solution is simple and is as old as the woods. Do it anyways. Help the guy with the flat tire. Hand over the sandwich. Put a shoulder on the wheel. But here's the catch. Leave the phone in your pocket. If you do a good deed and nobody sees it, but you and the person you helped, that kindness still exists. In fact, it's worth more because it hasn't been traded for likes. It's still pure gold. The solution is to reclaim the secret, to be kind of a person who doesn't need a digital receipt to prove they have a soul. Because at the end of the day, when the grid goes down and the batteries die, all you're going to have left is the man you were when the cameras weren't rolling. Keep your word, keep your kindness quiet, and stay sovereign.
You know, there was a time when a good deed stayed between two people. You helped a neighbor because it was the right thing to do, not because you had a lens in their face. Now, if the camera isn't rolling, it's like the kindness never even happened. We've turned our character into a performance, and the soul of the favor is starting to go dry. You see it every time you scroll your phone. A guy gives a sandwich to a man all alone, but he's holding the camera right in the poor man's face, making sure the whole world sees his moment of grace. He ain't doing it for the man, he's doing it for the views. He's selling the feeling to make the evening news. If the battery died or the lens cap was on, you can bet that kindness would be long gone. It starts with a smile, but his hand's on the lens. He's counting the lights from his digital friends. He won't lift a finger till the light turns to green, because kindness don't count if it's not on the screen. It's the death of the favor, the end of the soul.
Everything's a transaction we can't control.
If it doesn't make a dollar or get a thumbs up,
Nobody's willing to fill a neighbor's cup.
we used to do it just because it felt right. Now we only do it if the camera's got a light. I remember a time not that long ago when you'd help a neighbor pull his truck through the snow. You didn't want a 20, you didn't want a post. The feeling of helping was what mattered the most. Today people act like being decent is a chore, unless there's a payoff or a score at the store. We're losing the habit of being a human being if we only do good when someone else is seeing. There's one guy out there who keeps his face hidden, giving out help like it's almost forbidden. He doesn't want the fame, he doesn't want the brand, he just wants to reach out and lend a hand. But for every one of him there's 1,000 more using kindness to get a foot in the door.
It's the death of the favor,
The end of the soul.
everything's a transaction we can't control.
If it doesn't make a dollar or get a thumbs up,
Nobody's willing to fill a neighbor's cup.
we used to do it just because it felt right. Now we only do it if the camera's got a light. A thank you is empty if you're looking for pay, and a handshake is hollow if you're walking away. Put the phone in your pocket, just do the act. Let's get the feeling of being human back.
You've been locked in deep off the wire with the agent's truth and a heart of fire. If the signal hit home and the words rang true, there's a simple mission left for you. Hit that like, let the algorithm know. Share the brief and help the broadcast grow. Subscribe to the hour, stay part of the fold, where the lyrics are fresh and the truth is told. I'm Agent Randy. Until the next line, keep your head up high and your words refined.